fighting in Gaza will stop, and soon the hostages will return home to their families.
As soon as I heard there was a hostage deal, I had to get in my car and come here to Hostages Square.
More than 15 months of terror for the hostages, their families, the Israeli people. More than 15 months of suffering by the innocent people of Gaza.
466 days since the start of the war, and some family members of the hostages are finally getting what they've dreamed of, which is a deal. Roni Litvak from Kibbutz Nachal Oz has been advocating for the return of kibbutz members Tzachi Idan and Omri Miran, one of which is a childhood friend.
This is a roller coaster of emotion. My stomach just rumbles. And yes, first of all, there's a relief that something has started, and hope. And for us, after a year and 3 months that we are sitting here in this tent to see our people coming home, it's exciting, tears. But also a lot of confusion, and we are very startled, and we don't know how the process will go, and we don't know when we'll see them back.
This deal is giving a lot of people tikva, hope. But that doesn't mean that this announcement marks a fully happy occasion.
We assume that not all of them are alive, and I cry for all the lives that could have been saved. But very, very happy for even the hope that they are on their way home.
For Gil Dickman, this deal brings up a lot of different emotions. He explains his cousin Carmel Gat was a hostage in Gaza, but she was murdered by Hamas in a tunnel this past August.
Mixed feelings. It starts with the fact that Carmel could have and should have been on this deal, and had she been alive, she would have come back even, I think, among the first few days of this deal. But on the other hand, I feel very happy for my fellow family members of hostages. We're celebrating, maybe not celebrating, but we're very happy, and I'm very happy for them. And the fact that they're getting their family members back, I feel almost as like I'm getting a family member back.
But Dickman says it's not over yet. He'll still be holding his breath until all 3 phases of this deal are done.
More than 60 hostages remain in captivity. And I just spoke to Prime Minister Netanyahu yesterday, and he told us that there is nothing that guarantees that the second phase of the deal is going to actually happen. So more than 60 hostages will be left in captivity without any plan for how to get them back. And that makes no sense.
This time is running out hourglass really does depict how people feel. Some people are upset that the second phase doesn't start for 16 days after the beginning of the first phase.
And we don't have time for that. We have to start now.
Thank you.
Most credit for this, Mr. President, you or Trump?
Is that a joke?
I think President-elect Trump has a lot to do with the fact that the hostages are here. We've been trying it out with Biden. It worked for some of the hostages. It didn't work for the rest of them.
This is the exact framework of the deal I proposed back in May. Exact.
The only thing that changed is that hostages were killed, like my cousin, and Trump is president now. And I think he's the X factor. He actually did something to change reality and to make the two parties sign this deal. And it looks like timing matches with his inauguration. And if that's a good enough reason to get hostages back, go ahead, do it. But make sure that you see it through until the last one.
How important is the tough talk, the all hell will break loose?
I really don't know if it's the tough talk, if it's the fact that it's a new president. Maybe it was also it had something to do with how he speaks to Prime Minister Netanyahu, that he convinced him. I'm not really sure, but we know that now it's finally happening. That's the most important thing.
In exchange, Israel released hundreds of Palestinian prisoners. And during phase 1, the Palestinians can also return to their neighborhoods in all the areas of Gaza.
I know the price is very high, but I don't want to talk politics now. I just want them home.
These poor people have been through hell and back again.
That's Tel Aviv resident Annette Collins.
And the hell is not over until they hold their families, or we can bury the remains. This is a terrible, terrible story. And to hear that in Gaza they're celebrating. I still don't know what there's to celebrate until we have 98 people back here. The mothers, the fathers, the brothers, the sisters, the children, the babies that were taken. For what reason? Why? Because we're Jewish? Oy vavoy.
Friends and family also say while they're thrilled to know that their loved ones are coming home, they realize they may not be getting back the same person that was stolen from them before the war.
That's how we don't know in what condition they are. We don't know dead or alive. We don't know emotionally, physically. We don't know anything. So we'll have to wait day by day just to see what we're getting back. And that's just a start. What will happen after they come back is many years of making sure that they will be able to come back to society.
And the war has already taken its toll not just on the hostages, but on the whole country. And many people are feeling on edge during this waiting period.
It's up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. And are they home? Will they be home? Will we really see our loved ones? Will we see this gingy baby, the red-haired baby that was taken?
People here say that their hearts are not going to be able to be settled until all the hostages are home, and they're hoping that that actually happens. All right, I'm going to wrap it up here from Hostages Square, but we will be back. Every Saturday night they have protests, and on Tuesday nights they have events here. But I'm hoping that there will come a time where they don't have to do anything here in the square. All right, bye everybody.
כל מה שהיה פה ישתנה ממחר